Hello friends. When I plant my seeds, I prep the dirt, the soil, before I start. This is what I use to plant new seeds. Rooting hormones, powder, blood meal for nitrogen, transplant solution so it doesn't chalk, plant food so that it has a little bit of oomph in the soil, Clonex for the rooting and germination, Matter Magic, a little more nutrients for tomato-like features, Bush Doctor's Root Drench for roots, and Clonex's Root Maximizer, and 2 Gorilla Glue 4 tags. Wizard Soil. Wizard Soil says don't use any nutrients for 4 weeks, otherwise you'll burn your plants because it becomes so rich with nutrients. And 2 pots. The first thing I do is spray down the bucket with all natural mites and mold. Rosemary, lemongrass, cinnamon oil, cottonseed, and I believe tea tree oil. It just helps keep it nice and bug free and mold free. It's good to have. Next, pour in a small amount of soil. Out there. Not all the way at first. Gotta do stuff to the soil stages. Alright, next thing I do, rooting powder. Just a light sprinkle. At that stage, the roots will really want to grow. Very vigorous right there. Next, blood meal for nitrogen. Good for the plant's growth. Sprinkle, all you need. Same place as rooting powder. And then at this depth, I will move on to the Clonex rooting solution. This back going on here, so you don't need that. I get these little stakes, tomato stakes. Break into 2 pieces, 1 for each. At that depth, I'll take it. And then that powder, Clonex powder. That just makes total roots just happy as hell. Next, back to soil. Wizard soil is great. The only place I can get it is Shelton, so I have to go away to Shelton to get the soil. Good. Relatively cheap, but worth every penny. There, I'm planting 2 Gorilla Glues. It's not all the way full, but pretty close to it. Time to put more rooting in. Rooting is very important to me. The roots are the lifeline. That's a good sprinkle there. Sprinkle there. And that's the soil. Soil. Next, get it nice and even, about a 1/2 inch below, or inch below the rim, so the water can go over. There we go. Now, for the seeds themselves, I go into about the knuckle. The knuckle, I mean halfway, inch down. 1.5 inches down. And I put a little more rooting powder right there. Where the seed will be germinating. Gives a little health kick. Start off good. Alright. Next. Seed. Like I said, the seed I chose today was Gorilla Glue 4, which is one of my personal favorites. Grows really healthy and vigorous and beautiful, healthy plant. I'll put 2 in this one. In case one doesn't go, the other one will. And I'll put 2 in this one. Alright. If they both come up by chance, I will simply transplant one out. Okay. Next. Now you'll notice I do use a lot of the rooting powder. You can't go overboard with it. It just costs money. It's a money thing. And you can't go over with it. A little bit of rooting solution, transplant solution. Miracle-Gro I choose. I don't always go Miracle-Gro because it's a little chemical-ish. And this is also Miracle-Gro. Tiny squirt. Give the soil. Start it off good. Clonex. Smash that. Root drench. Root doctor. So the numbers you'll see on the cans. Those 3 numbers. Nitrogen, potassium, phosphor. In that order. Every time. Next. The first watering. Very healthy watering. Good watering. The trick to this part is, though, not to hit too much water in the center where I placed the seed, because if I do that, it might float up. And that would be a problem for me. So first I go on the rim. So it stays down, and a little bit on the middle. Just a little bit first, so that it stays down, it doesn't float up. You don't want it on top or it's done. And these seeds are very expensive. Real good seeds are very expensive, and to get them, sometimes you have to travel to Oregon. Good watering now on the sides. Rooting in here, good stuff. Good first watering. And then, my friends, voila. Voila.